Thanks for joining with me today on today's episode of James and the Giant Economy. Today we're going to look at Mish talking what they're saying about the thing we all know and love, the housing market. So here we go. Let's start with Mish Talks reports. Home prices are down 4.1% from a year ago, but that's not even a drop towards unimproved affordability. So what are they saying? They're saying home prices are starting to decline, right? The median sale price is down about 4%. Again, that's the median that's across all of the U.S. National trends, median price in the U.S. home sale price fell 4.1%, about 17 grand year over year in April from to 408,000. It's the biggest drop on record in dollar terms and the largest decline since January of 2012 in percentage terms. Again, it's just percentage terms, right? New listings dropped 26% on a year-over-year and seasonally adjusted basis. That's the largest decline on record aside from April 2020, when one of the onsets of the pandemic brought the housing market to a halt. New listings were also at the lowest level on record aside from April 2020. Pending home sales fell 21% year over year on a seasonality adjusted basis in April, an improvement from the record of 36% decline in the fall. Pending sales rose 3.1% for March, first month-to-month increase since December. Completion, 1/3 of homes that sold in April were purchased for more than the final list price. That's down from about 58% a year. All right, so what is this saying, right? They're saying the median price is going down, right? So if you put your house on the market, on average, right, across the U.S., you're going to take less than what you put on the market for, right? So the median home pricing is starting to fall. New listings drop, so there's not as many new listing homes year over year, right? That is interesting because there's less supply coming on the market year over year, but same time the prices are starting to drop a little bit. Pending home sales fell 20%, 21%. So there's not as many homes being sold either, right? Now it's down there. This is just a year-over-year figure. We're going to look at a large graph at the end here, so stay tuned. But they fell 21% year over year. That is small compared to the record 36% the year before. But again, we're coming out of this pandemic portion. Completion, 1/3 of homes, 36% of homes sold in April purchased more than the final list price. That's down from almost 60%, right? That's almost cut in half, okay? So in other words, houses aren't selling for, on average, houses aren't selling for more than what the list price is, right? Some will, some won't, but on average, the pricing is going down and the amount that are selling for over list price is going down, right? So the thing you have to ask yourself is what is our trajectory? Where are we headed, right? We're seeing these dominoes fall. Again, these are in April. We're almost to the end of May. We're seeing these dominoes fall. The question you gotta ask yourself is, hey, what's the next 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 dominoes to fall, and how do I position myself to make a profit off of it, right? Not financial advice, but kind of like Wayne Gretzky says, at least I think it was Wayne Gretzky, it's not about where the puck is, it's about where the puck is going. All right, Redfin listings. New listings fell to second lowest level on record in April. Pending home sales fell. That's just exactly what they were saying earlier. Regional differences. This is important, right? New listings were down in every major U.S. metro area Redfin analyzed in April, but Texas, the wonderful state I love so much, is home to 6 of the 10 metros with the smallest declines. El Paso, new listings fell like 0.2%, the smallest decline in the U.S. I will say El Paso, probably the reason for that is because oil is very steadily and about to go into a boom, and El Paso kind of feeds into that, right? Also has a lot of import exports. So as we re-offshore, I guess you say, or pull away from China, actually the Mexican-American border is going to see a huge benefit from that, okay? In other words, companies are starting to take from China and Asia and do all the assembly and stuff in Mexico, right? El Paso benefits greatly from that. All right, it was followed by McAllen, which is down another border town, 1.5%. Nashville, Northport, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Austin, Memphis, Dallas, and Pittsburgh. And then he put Houston in there. Interesting. Now, if you were a Texas resident and you went through the last decline in the housing market, you're probably looking at yourself saying, hey, we are great, we are fine, everything is great. And I will tell you this, that is a wonderful feeling, a wonderful sentiment, but it is a false sentiment, right? I went through the last housing crash, and I will tell you this, though Texas is great and is insulated, it is not outside the reach of being affected. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean, we still saw a ton of foreclosures here. Like, there were deals like crazy. Housing fell here a crazy amount. All right, it was not Detroit, but it wasn't unscathed. At the same time, I will tell you this, Cinco Ranch, which is a suburb in Katy, had the #1 home sales in the nation in 2009 in the midst of the downpour. Katy, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston, had #1 home sales, right? A lot of that, in my opinion, was due to high gas prices, which we can get into a little bit later, but keep that in the back of your mind. All right. Sales, Boise pinning sales fell 70.8%. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 60%. Greensboro, 50%. Allentown, 54%. Honolulu, Hawaii, 54%. Smallest declines were Fort Worth, Dallas, Atlanta, Detroit, and Northport. Northport is. Median sale prices fell from a year earlier, 45 on the Metro Riff and analyzed. The biggest declines were Oakland, Austin, Boise, San Francisco, Salt Lake City. The biggest increases were Fort Lauderdale, Allentown, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, and St. Louis. Again, when we talked earlier about the 4%, that's an average over all of them. Some places are going up. Some areas and some cities are actually selling for over list price, right? Right now it's in this kind of this ebb and flow, and some people are postulating that we're going to see a boom in some places and a fall in others. Others are thinking, hey, everything's going to keep going up, we're just going to kind of level out and then fly up ahead of time. And others are saying, hey, we're going to have the greatest pullback we've ever seen, right? You got to make the choice. What do you think is going to happen? All right, talks about median price, not the best metric, but it is very timely. All right, so here's the Case-Shiller data report. Case-Shiller, let's see here. It's a home price index of the averages. This is an important trend, right? You see it kind of come up, and then 2006 and start to peak and then come back down 2008, and it struggles through 2009 to 12ish, and then it starts to pull back up. Hits the pandemic that we had, or the cough, and flies up, right? And then it starts to come down, and it has a little tip there, right? As it starts to go up. It's important. These little details are important. I want you to remember this. As we pull back right here, we've had this huge rip up, right? It starts to come down, and then it starts to pull up again, right? Remember that. All right, Case-Shiller, going back to it, it shows the cities that have changed from the peaks. Long story short, San Francisco got hit really hard, but if you were in Chicago or Boston or some other major tier 1 cities that are very popular, you didn't get hit very hard at all, like, right? Let's see here, Case-Shiller. Okay, so here's, again, remember this Case-Shiller graph we just saw. This is it again, but they put it with the different cities, right? They put the national average and they put the different cities. So I love this graph because it just, you see the trends, if you will, right? The trends fly up and down type thing. Let's see here. So you see it kind of come up, bubble up, and then I love that they even put this bubble, comes down, much bigger bubble, Fed QE blow off top, and starts to head down, right? Remember this, it's coming up, going down. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Actually, we're gonna get to that right now. So let's see here. This is my thoughts for where we are at in the housing market, right? You have this huge tier up, right? In this case, the Fed just blow off top. All right, I think this is right in the economy either in total. This is the psychology of the market cycle. We've got this is kind of like 2009 through 2012, as we saw right around here. Where's the better graph? We can do this. Here we go. So you see this 2009 through 2012. That trough is where we're at right here, and it rips up, comes down, starts to come down, and then pops back up again, right? Euphoria. We were in euphoria in 2020, or late 2020, early 2021 through about mid 2022, right? And then it started to come down. Now we're kind of popping up to that complacency thought. And what is the next leg down? The next leg down comes through here, and it's just going to tear down. And we'll probably see it hit the 2012 lows, right? Which is probably, let me turn my head, probably right around here as opposed to down here, and then bounce off that. That's kind of the regression to the mean, as they say. That's my thoughts on it. We'll see what happens, right? I'm not a soothsayer, but this is the camp I'm at, but it's gonna take some time to come out, right? So again, we're just now hitting the tip, and we had a little pop up on it too, as some places are starting to get higher real estate values. I think it's gonna pop up, and then we're going to fall down slowly. So time is now to prepare. And as I said earlier, the oil and gas is really what supported Houston and other Texas cities through that time, right? #1 sales in a Cinco Ranch during 2009. So, as a lot of you know, I have transitioned from real estate. I've still got my fingers in a little bit of it. Sold a lot of my houses. 2021, early 2022, kind of hopefully at the top here again. Time will prove me right or wrong, and transition to oil and gas interests. So, in the next one, I'm going to show you, next video, I'm going to actually do a comparison between what my rentals were giving me income-wise and what I have made from those in oil and gas. And we're going to do, so that's going to be a great video. Definitely a like and subscribe for that one. You're not going to want to miss it. I will probably have the video out later this week. So like and subscribe so you don't miss it. I will see you on the other side. But remember, got to make a prediction. You're going to be a part of this whether you want to or not. So you got to make a prediction, got to position yourself to succeed in it one way or the other. So ask yourself, where are we on this chart? Ask yourself, where are we on this chart, right? And make the adjustments necessary that you need, all right? If you have any questions, I'm here. Give me a contact. I'm out.